What's up, model brats? It's so here. So today we are gonna start a new what if called What if Goku had auto hunting? Auto hunting. Yeah, the word is correct. Auto hunting. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get watching. So auto hunting is a webtoon, web comic which I just like solo leveling. You can search Google. You can search the Google and find it. No problem. So auto hunting you can find it. So I'll explain what auto hunting is. So when it's auto hunting is like skill, and when you press it, it's like a icon which you can see like a status window, and when you press it, you can your body fights it on you like an ultra instinct. You can think, you can do anything you want. Your body does the best way to win with your physical capabilities. So body doesn't go to extreme measures to win. It will go the power which you have in your ability right now. So for example, if Goku used auto hunting in the finals of the tournament of power, he would only be able to muster the power which he has in his body, the entire power. It will be sure he will go ultra instinct, but he won't push his body. He will still push his body to the limit, but he won't grow, like that. But he will get Cell Zenkai, which is a spoiler alert for the content of this what if. So anyways, let's start. So this what if starts when Goku was 11 years old, 1 year before the start of the Dragon Ball Z story. So Goku was hungry. He started fishing and he was coming back, and that is where he encountered a T-Rex. Goku wanted to run away because he knew he couldn't fight it, because Grandpa Gohan told about the T-Rex being very powerful creature and Goku to not fight it. Even Grandpa Gohan had hard time defeating it because he was old, but if he was in his prime, he wouldn't have defeated. But since he's old, he has some little different difficulty. But if Grandpa Gohan has a difficulty, he will of course fail. He thinks like that. So he tries to run away, but the T-Rex is smart and he blocks Goku's path. Goku, without having any choice, throws his food, the fish which he caught, away a little distance away, took his powerful out and starts fighting. He jumps to attack the dinosaur, but the dinosaur just uses his tails to whack Goku. And then Goku's power pose slips out of his hand and falls to a distance. And Goku just bashes into a rock. Goku stands up and runs to the dinosaur to wanting more to fight, because that's the first time he fought in a while. And then Goku jumped to attack, but the dinosaur uses his tail to whack it in the ground where he was jumping. And then the dinosaur, the T-Rex, used his leg to try to crush Goku. He stomped on Goku and started crushing him. Goku thought this was the day where he was gonna die. He stretched his left arm for one last chance, because why not? And that's when where in his his eyes was slowly shrinking. Yeah, the words. His eyes were slowly shrinking, and that's when he saw a round icon. He couldn't describe what it was, but we are saying it icon, but he couldn't describe what it was. It said, "Give permission. Touch here to give the permission for auto hunting." He didn't read it, but just touched it, because why not? It was his last hope for surviving. And that's it. The body just came down. His hand automatically came down. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna die. I have many regrets. But I could see you, Grandpa." But then his hand automatically went up to the dinosaur's leg, used the full force of Goku's body, purged into the dinosaur's leg and started tearing it apart. Using claws, Wolverine claws, where he slices it apart like that. And dinosaur, felt this pain and took his leg up, and then Goku, stood up, ran, because that's what Goku thought in his mind. But Goku was running in different direction which he thought. He was running straight towards the power pole, which was landed further away. He took it and readied himself, in his fighting pose. His brain thought, no, no, we are running, we are running. But his body was started running towards the dinosaur. Okay, so here I'm going to make a reference right now, not a anime reference or a pun reference. I'm just going to make something you can understand more clearly. You can understand the story more clearly. The Goku who thinks is called the Goku who thinks and fights. Thinks and fights is we'll call it the brain Goku. But the Goku which uses the auto hunting method and fights, we'll call it the hunter Goku. You mean the Goku which has no control over his body. That Goku will call it the hunter Goku, and the Goku which has control over his body, we'll call it the brain Goku. Okay, so simply like that. So the brain Goku wanted the body to run away from the dinosaur, but the body Goku, the hunter Goku jumped up, and with an angle, just shouted, "Expand!" The power pole expanded, piercing in the dinosaur's eye. Dinosaur didn't know what to do, and Goku landed, even expanding it even more. So the dinosaur was standing, tried to remove it, but Goku was controlling. I mean, the hunter Goku was trying to control it, but then dinosaur, shook his head nicely, which the power pole came out. But Goku had something else. He, de-expanded it, started running towards the dinosaur. The dinosaur, in a fit of rage, uses his tail to try to smash Goku. But when he used his tail, the tail was coming towards him. Goku instantly, put his power pole behind his, power pole back, jumped with an angle which you could say catching the tail, in a slight tilted angle, caught the tail and started, bite the tail. And this bite, went goosebumps to the dinosaur's head, and the dinosaur's tail was, in an erect position from his body. Then Goku left the hand and started running downwards the dinosaur, like a slide by running downwards. And the dinosaur wanted to shake Goku, but the hunter Goku just jumped a little when after the dinosaur shook it, and then he landed down and started running. And that is when Goku used his brilliant plan, took the power pole, jumped again, and when he was falling down, he turned back and was aiming at the other eye. And then he said, "Expand!" And the power pole, pierced to the other eye as well. And that is when dinosaur was, his eyes was gone. Yeah, that's it. And then Goku, left the power pole, which was because he was hanging in it. He went down, run a little, went backwards a little steps. Then his body became still. He didn't know what to do. Slowly, his his right hand came to a side, a distance away. Then he saw that a ball of white light was forming in the sand, and the next thing he knew, he was using his fire like Bardock, whose son was the Bardock, when he used it against Frieza in the Broly movie. So yeah, he used the same thing against the dinosaur, which pierced through his heart, and yeah, the dinosaur died. And then Goku was in a position where after his fighting was standing in that position, and slowly the auto hunting, he said, "Auto hunting, stop." Automatically his body did it. He didn't even know what he said it. And then Goku went to his body Goku. Goku was seeing his hand. He didn't believe it, what he did, but slowly his hand started shaking and his body starts shaking, and then he falls over. And then he couldn't breathe. He had heavy breathing. Then he realized that the body had been pushed to the limit. The breathing was not stable. breathing was not stable. His body's bones were cracked. That it were damaged and all. So Goku, just fell. He was trying to. He was gonna die. Yeah, Goku was gonna die, but he had no regrets. First, he had regret for not fighting this dinosaur, fairly. But now he didn't have any regret, and he slowly closed his eyes. Some days later, Goku woke up in a nest with an egg in front of him. He didn't know what it was. But when he saw the egg, he touched it and then it disappeared. He didn't know what it was. Then he remembered that small word he told. Auto hunting with a question mark. The word was with a question mark, and then boom, a circle icon came in front of his eyes. He was, surprised a little bit, and then he saw something else, a small, yellow icon near him, a yellow box icon, and there was the picture of an egg. He didn't know what it was. He clicked it, and then boom, he had the egg was in his hand. And he didn't know what to do, and he slowly, kept it in front of the small yellow box, and then the yellow box sucked it inside. It was like, wow. Then he clicked it again, caught the egg, then sucked it, then kept it in front of the yellow box, and it sucked it, and he did it for some time until he was like, I'm hungry, and that is when he thought he would go, and went to the edge of the nest, and he saw that he was very big. He didn't know what to do, but then the auto hunter automatic the icon which was in his which was in front of his face, which front of his eyes, it turned blue. He didn't know what it was. First it was grey, but it turned blue. So he touched it, and then his body was out of his control. He was like, this feeling is the same feeling I felt it before. And then he jumped. He didn't want to jump, but he jumped. And then he jumped and started running away. And when he was running away, suddenly the icon which was green, because from blue to green when he activated it, suddenly became red, and his body automatically jumped to the sidewards. And then he saw his body stopped and turned it, and there was an aerodactyl. It's from Pokemon. What is it called? Yeah, that flying creature, the flying dinosaurs. Yeah, the flying dinosaur. No, I call it aerodactyl. So he was just standing there, and Goku didn't know what to do. The brain Goku didn't know what to do, but the hunter Goku turned back and started running. Her brain Goku was like, finally, this guy is listening to me. But where the hunter Goku was running, brain Goku, felt something familiar, and then he was in a place. Here he saw to the right was the dinosaur's body which he had killed, and then he saw to the left, which was the food which was rotten. Then he went to the dinosaur, took the stretched his hand to the power pole, took it and used it to fight the dinosaur. The aerodactyl. And after some fighting, he finally finished the aerodactyl, and then he fall down, because his body was paining, but he was not seriously that injured. So he slowly walked up to his house, cooked the egg which he had, and then went to sleep. A year passed, and the arrival of Bulma came, and in this year, Goku, understood that if he wanted to use his power, his body needed to be in a much better shape, because if he didn't, this would affect him again and again. So he exercised daily without training. He would train with the dinosaurs, beat them, kill them and all. Yeah, he would train with the dinosaurs. He accessed how to learn the auto hunting very good. He can make it any target he wants. He can do any target he wants. He can select what target he wants. So yeah, And yeah, that is why we're gonna leave it for this episode. So if you guys like this video, thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this video, then like, share, subscribe, do the necessary stuff. And if you don't, I understand. So that's all. Peace out.